Welcome back to the morning show. Big thanks to Grand Mountain Bank, your hometown bank, serving 4 locations in Grand County. Big key sponsor of our show, so always appreciative of those guys. Our next guest here is Jan Golden with Boomer Web School. And Jan, enlighten us. What is Boomer Web School? I hear web school and I think it might be ski bums bringing their kids to go ski and attend classes online. I'm guessing it's something different.
Not exactly. So Boomer Web School, I'm hoping, is what it sounds like, which is a place for baby boomers, people 50 to 65, to go get training on their iPhones, their iPads, on their devices that are so much a part of our day-to-day lives these days.
And these are devices that were not even in my life. Even 5 years ago, I didn't have a smartphone. I had a flip phone or whatever.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Baby boomers are kind of, I don't want to say behind, but they're not going through high school and everything like a lot of kids are these days.
In fact, it's even more interesting than that, because when people that are, let's take a 60-year-old today, when they were, going through school, we didn't even have computers. We went through the first PCs coming into your home and all the, computer phobia around that. And then in the 90s, there was the cyberphobia around the internet. So we witnessed the birth of the internet and all the fear that went along that, which was really widespread in the media. And
fear for some, indulgence for others, right?
Exactly. Well, indulgence now, but definitely fear back then. But in the past 10 years, the advances have been so rapid, and you're probably aware of that too. But a 30-year-old really was probably in college or just entering the workforce when iPhones came out, Facebook came out, and all those things came out. So they were pretty integrated. They were still in a learning phase in their lives. But a baby boomer was maybe embroiled in their career, raising a family, and this technology was completely optional, and it blew by a lot of us. So.
And for many, right, it didn't even apply, so why would you get to know it?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so now you've got, you said the number off camera here. How many baby boomers are out there?
There's 74 million
so you
people
got 74
born
million in this target.
That are aged 50 to 65, the baby boomer generation. And I don't specifically target people older too. I get a lot of people that are in their 50s telling me, well, my mom needs that or my dad needs that. They're, they don't even know anything about technology. And, I kind of feel it might sound a little bit weird, but if you're in your 70s or 80s, you can probably afford to ignore technology for the rest of your life and you'd be okay,
You could make, unless you want to get into FaceTime or something simple where you talk to your or great-grandkid.
Yeah, unless you want to communicate. But if you're in your 50s or 60s, there's no way that you can not understand the technology.
There's way too much life left to avoid it. It's going to get more and more and more.
Exactly. Plus, it's really useful and interesting, and most people do find it useful and interesting. They just get a little bit puzzled when they pick up their phone and something weird happens, or they're trying to find an app to do a certain thing. And there's how many apps do you think there are on the App Store right now?
I'm pretty uninformed, so I'm going to guess 10,000.
Ah! There would be 1.5 million apps on the App Store. So, and for me, lucky for me, it's hard to find apps. So I do some app advice.
Apparently I need to attend your class.
Yes, you do.
I'm pretty ignorant with technology.
But I also blog, and I also write every week. I write a new blog post, and I'll write about a featured app or just something going on technology-wise. I blog for the Huffington Post, which gives me a lot of readership.
That's a big name.
Yeah, it's big time. So
how did you get lined up with that gig?
Oh, it was kind of weird. I entered a contest that was like 50 people over 50 that are doing amazing things, and I'm like, I'm amazing, so I'm gonna win this contest. And Rita Wilson, who's Tom Hanks's wife, was sponsoring that contest. So I emailed the person that took the entries, and I'm just like, I entered, and she's like, well, it's going to be a while to sort through them all, whatever. Anyway, long story short, I was email communicating with her, and I didn't win. Mother Teresa types won. It was okay. They had over 5,000 entries, But then I asked her, I had this dialogue, and I said, hey, I'm a technology blogger, and I'm over 50. Can I blog about technology for your over 50 section? And she sent me an application right back. They vetted my stuff, read what I was writing, and they sent me a login like a day later, and I was like, what?
Good for you. So were you already blogging on your own?
Yeah, I was blogging on my own website, and had gained some traction there, but obviously the Huffington Post exposure.
Now, I'm just guessing social media is a big part of your.
I'm
My response.
Yeah. Well, my audience is just not on Twitter or Instagram or forget Snapchat.
Facebook,
but
are they?
definitely on Facebook.
Okay.
And so I'm on Facebook for sure. My website's on Facebook, but I don't know if you're aware, if you own a business now, you have to pay for advertising on Facebook, and so I'm not really active as far as paid advertising and a big presence
more of a
there.
like page and what do you call it?
Yeah,
Follow,
you just kind of letting you know what's up with what's going on.
So is that the best way to kind of keep up to date with your latest blog and stuff?
That's a great question. So I have a newsletter, an email newsletter, and if you sign up for my weekly update on my website, boomerwebschool.com, and sign up for my weekly updates, I get the most interaction through that email newsletter, which isn't really too surprising. So people like that personal email contact.
This is such a cool niche and very,
Yeah.
very interesting. We're going to take a quick break, and
Okay.
We'll be back to talk more.
Okay,
Once again,
sounds
we're
good.
chatting with Jan Golden of Boomer Web School. Check them out on boomerwebschool.com and stay with us. We'll be back shortly.